Welcome back to Movie On. Today we're going to do a recap of the movie named When We First Met from 2018. The movie starts and we see an engagement party. There's our main character, Noah, and the girl he likes so much, Avery Martin. She's telling the story about how she met her fiancé for the first time, and Noah starts to remember the story of how he met Avery. 3 years ago, when Noah met Avery in the Halloween party, he spilled drinks on Avery. Noah likes Avery's costume so much because the costume is from his favorite movie. Avery also said that she also liked that movie very much, and after that they talk about different things, and Noah tries to get to know Avery well. He finds out that they both have the very similar nature, and after the conversation, Noah takes Avery to the Jars bar and plays piano in front of her to impress her. She's very impressed to see him actually playing that much impressive piano. Noah used to work in this bar. Avery requested him to play the tune of her favorite singer, but he doesn't know how to play that tune, and plays something else besides her favorite singer's tune, and sings a song. After that, Avery takes Noah with him to the photo booth and starts taking pictures with her. Noah is just giving normal photos, but Avery says to her that if we want to remember this beautiful moment, we have to take weird photos. Noah likes all of this and gets very impressed by her. They both go to Avery's house and give each other a tough competition in games played in their house. They enjoy each other's company. Then, all of a sudden, Noah gets hungry, so he eats a whole packet of Cookie Crisps. Avery also does a lot of charity, and Noah likes that very much about her, and they get very close to each other and are about to kiss each other, but the scene ends there. Now, after 3 years of Avery's engagement party, we see her kissing her fiancé in front of Noah. Her fiancé's name is Ethan. Noah feels very bad after seeing them kissing each other, and he drinks so much liquor, and he goes to the bathroom. Avery hears the noise coming from the bathroom and goes to check, and she sees Noah crying. She asks him what's happening here, to which Noah replies that he got food poisoning. Don't worry, Ethan also joins them. Ethan is a good person and wants to help Noah. Avery and Ethan take Noah to her friend Carrie to leave Noah at his home. Noah starts to refuse in the beginning and says that he'll book an Uber, but his cell phone is dropped in the water and stops working. Carrie likes to take pictures in the unexpected moments, and she likes photography very much, so she takes Noah's picture. She asks Noah about what happened to him today. Noah replies to her that it's a long story, but I will tell you. After that, he said that he loves Avery very much. The night we spent 3 years ago, I always kept thinking about that night. After that, they both come towards Noah's friend, Max, and he continues the story that night. When Noah and Avery come close to each other, they don't kiss each other at all. Instead of kissing, Avery hugs Noah tightly, and said that she finally found a good friend in the city. Noah feels very bad, but he thinks that he might get another chance with Avery. But the next day she meets Ethan, and then he doesn't get any chance. That night he eats all of the Cookie Crisp, and Avery goes to the mall to buy a new one, and she meets Ethan in the mall, but Noah thinks that he's responsible for all of it. Carrie tries to make him understand that Avery never has a crush on you, and she will never see you as her crush, and says that relationships are very complicated. Why do two people like each other? We don't have a reason for that. Carrie has a photo shoot, so she leaves Noah and his friend Max's company. He is sitting in the same bar where he met Avery for the first time, and then he goes to the photo booth, and while taking photos, he wishes that he could have another chance with Avery. When he wakes up the next morning, everyone is wearing costumes, and he goes to the shop and sees that the date on the newspaper is the date on which he met Avery in the bar. He asks the shop owner to give him a different Red Bull flavor, but the flavor is not available. Noah's mind is blown. He has actually gone back 3 years in time by time traveling. Then he goes to his friend Max's office and tells him everything that's happening with him. He sees Carrie down on the road and she's working on her photo shoot. He doesn't believe this at all and goes down to talk with her. He tells her that you know me and tells her that I was at your house last night and you dropped me at the bar. Carrie finds this very strange and she thinks that Noah is following her and asks him to leave. After hearing this, Noah is very happy because he's going to meet Avery at night. She picks a very beautiful dress, and in the night Avery is very busy with her friend Carrie, and sends a boy to talk with Carrie and let Avery be alone. The first time when he collided with Avery, he spilled a drink, but this time he saved the drink from being spilled. And then they started talking, and he asks Avery about her favorite drink, and tells her about his favorite drink. They both said the name of the same drink. Avery found that they have everything in common. What Avery told Noah about herself, he knows everything. Because of all that, Avery is very surprised, and Noah says that there's a connection present between them. He takes her to listen to music, and the music she likes, he plays on the piano. Avery likes that very much, and after entering the photo booth, she expected Noah to do a weird pose, and Noah did the same. After that, they come to Avery's house and they spend a good time together. Then Avery gets a message from Carrie that she's coming to her house, and as he met Carrie in the morning, so because of that he wants to leave from Avery's house. But Carrie reaches the house. She tells Avery that the boy she met in the morning is Noah, and he was stalking me, and now he's stalking you. Avery is shocked by that and tells her that he knows everything about me. They both get scared and start to hit Noah. The next morning, when Noah is woken up by the deep sleep, he thinks that all of that which has happened is a dream. He goes to drink at Avery's engagement party and goes to her house to say sorry. When he reaches Avery's house, Ethan opens the door for Noah, but he doesn't recognize Noah. When Avery sees Noah, she gets scared and says that he's the stalker who stalked me 3 years ago. Carrie also thinks that he's a stalker, and all of them beat him. Noah runs from there. Because of time traveling, what Noah did 3 years ago, he's faced the consequences. He figures out that all of this has happened because of the photo booth. At night, he again goes to the photo booth and inserts a coin and wishes that he wants to travel again back to 3 years ago. The next morning when he wakes up, he's 3 years in the past. He calls his friend Max and says that he wants his help. He wants to get Avery at any cost. He wants to get dressed up. Max says to him that girls always like playboys, and you should dress up like that. When she talks, don't give her that much attention, and behave with her like a bad man, and she will surely like Noah very much. But Noah did not believe him. Max got a lot of girls, that's why he agreed to do the same as Max advises. At night, he goes towards her and makes fun of her dress, and says to her that I'm bringing drinks for you. After that, he says to her that if you want a drink, you have to tell me something about yourself. But Avery is annoyed because of his behavior and is about to leave the bar. Noah stops her and says to her that you like me very much, to which Avery replies that there's nothing like that, and if you don't leave the bar, I'll beat you up. But Noah doesn't believe her, and due to that, Avery gives him a push and he falls down in the swimming pool. Everyone laughs at him, and Noah becomes normal. He says sorry to her and asks her to help him to get out of the pool. He holds Avery's hand and pulls her into the swimming pool. She gets so angry at Noah and starts to throw water at him. She comes close to him and kissed him in the pool. After that, they both come to Avery's house and get intimate. The next morning, Noah wakes up with Avery. 3 years later, he hugs Avery, to which she said, "What are you doing? We don't have any kind of relationship like that." "Last night I fell down, so that's why I called you." She used Noah for one-night stands, because in the past he behaved like a bad boy, and now his image in people's eyes is just like that. Avery never takes him seriously when she needs him. She calls Noah for one night, but Noah finds it all right. But when he sees that Avery is going to the morning walk with Ethan, he gets jealous. He goes with them, but he is nothing in front of Ethan's fitness. He gets very tired and falls down. Carrie stops with Noah and Avery, and Ethan goes for a jog. Noah is so disturbed and says to Carrie that whatever I do, Avery also hates me, and tells Carrie that he loves Avery so much, and says I don't know what Avery wants. She always ends up with Ethan. Carrie knows Avery very well and tells Noah that what she wants is a stable man, and a man who treats her very well. After hearing this, he is motivated and says that I have many business ideas and I can also do something. He again goes to the photo booth, and he again time travels back in the past 3 years. He goes directly to his friend Max's office, and he gets a job with Max's help. At night, when he comes to the party, he's taking care of people. After meeting her, he says to her that he wants to spend his life with her. But first, they will take drinks and spend some time at the party. Noah buys a very expensive wine, and Avery knows that he used to work in the bar as a waiter, but Noah says now he wants to be responsible in his life. He got a very good job and does hard work. After that, Noah woke up 3 years later, and he finds that he's in a very big house, and he also got a little fat. He's very happy that he's very rich, and finds that today is his and Avery's engagement party. He gets even happier by that, and he feels very good seeing Avery in his house. Noah is surprised that Carrie is also living in the house, and he doesn't like that she's living here. Avery says, when you go out for several days for business trips, I like the company of Carrie. Noah says to Carrie that because of Avery's happiness, you can live here as much as you want, and when he sees his car, it's his childhood dream car. When he reaches the office, he gets a surprise promotion in a very big office, and an executive has come from China to talk with him. He replies to him in Chinese, which again he's very surprised by. Then he went into the office with his friend Max, but he was very angry with him and said to him that he stole everything from me. This promotion has always been my dream. I gave you a job. Noah feels very bad and says that we're friends. But Max said that there's nothing like that, and we were friends 3 years ago. But after that, you've only given importance to your work. Because of that, Noah is upset and starts to eat cake. He realizes that's why he's fat. He just wants to take some time off, but his secretary comes to him and tells him that you have a meeting, and you're very late for your meeting. When he sees his schedule, it's booked for the next 3 months, and he says to the secretary that if he got 1 day off for himself, then what happens? She replies that he will get fired. After completing his work, he comes to his engagement party and says to everyone that Avery has come into my life and I'm very grateful. He wants to play the same song for her, but he has not practiced piano for 3 years, so he can't sing. After some time, when Noah goes to search for Avery, he finds that Ethan is very drunk, and Avery is with him in the bathroom. Then he takes Ethan to his home, and Ethan feels very bad. He thinks that he's a very bad man. He just proposed to Avery. Noah asks what Avery replied. Then Ethan said that Avery replied that I hope the circumstances are different, which means that she's not happy with Noah, and he feels very bad because of that. He gets very upset and comes home late at night. When he comes home, Carrie is awake, and she asks him what happened. Noah replies that he's destroyed everyone's life. Avery doesn't love me, and Carrie already knows about that, and says that she cares about you so much, and that's why she doesn't leave you ever, but she doesn't love you. She says that sometimes we don't have any control of the things going around us, and we don't know the reason why two people love each other in a relationship. After that, Noah realizes that he's not right for Avery. It doesn't matter how hard he tries. He doesn't get Avery. Noah now decides that he's responsible for that, and now he's going to correct everything. He goes to the phone booth. He himself lets Ethan meet with Avery. He introduces both of them, and he comes to Carrie to take drinks, and he spends so much time with Carrie, he knows that she can be his good friend. Then he spends the night with Carrie, and asks her if she likes to listen to music, to which Carrie replies that jazz is her life. Noah and Carrie play the piano together, and in reality, Avery doesn't like music. She just copied Carrie on the subject of music. They both made a good bond with each other. Noah likes Avery's costume, but this costume is designed by Carrie. The game which is present in their house is really owned by Carrie, which means that the relationship he had with Avery is totally fake. He's always Carrie's good friend. They spend good time together, and then Noah wakes up after 3 years, and he's at his friend Max's house, and asks him where Carrie is. Is there any relationship between me and her? To which Max replies that one night both of you spent a good time together, and after that you never met her. Noah then directly goes to meet Carrie and asks her about the time they spent together, and all of those moments are very real, and I don't feel anything like that in my whole life. But Carrie is going on a date with her boyfriend. Noah asks her if she feels anything for Noah, on which Carrie replies that whatever happened was 3 years ago, and after that we haven't had anything between us. Noah realizes that he is Avery's friend, and that's why he met Carrie, and if he doesn't become friends with Avery, he can't spend time with Carrie, and he starts to believe that everything has happened for our own good. He believes that he will meet someone better, and at night he goes to the bar and the photo booth is not present there. He's informed by the staff that they had to sell it. Noah is very upset because of this, because now he can't correct his life, and starts to drink a lot. Avery and Ethan also come to the bar to drink, and they see Noah, and he tells them that the photo booth is gone somewhere. Avery tells him that it's in her house. You like it very much, that's why I bought it for you. Noah is so happy and goes directly to her house, and he again wishes and goes to the party 3 years ago. He doesn't disturb anything that night, and then he and Avery do all of the things the same as before, and when he wakes up the next morning, it's Avery and Ethan's engagement party. Then he again meets Carrie and has a conversation with her, and asks her to listen to music, and she agrees. He takes her picture randomly, the same thing that she's done with him, and they're really perfect for each other, but he never noticed Carrie because of Avery, and then we see them together, happy in photos, and the movie ends there. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the link on the video on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comment section down below. Kindly like the video and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. And at last I will say, stay safe, stay well, thanks for watching.